Finally is the Eastern and Southern African Higher Education Centers of Excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, the third credit is support for the regional project for the Eastern and Southern African Higher Education Centers of Excellence. The credit amounting to $18 million will be shared by 3 universities in Kenya, namely the Moi University, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, and Egerton University. The identification of the universities was done through a competitive criteria within the universities in the region. These selected universities in Kenya are expected to produce highly skilled graduates and applied research to address specific challenges.
2 words on the Regional Africa Center for Excellence. The CS has indicated that 3 universities were targeted. But really, this program is expected to build institutional capacity and to provide quality postgraduate education that is relevant to the labor market. And you will see there is a clear focus on science and technology with this operation, because we believe that this is where we really need to put the focus moving forward. And that's not only an issue in Kenya, I think it's a whole continental issue where we really need to support more science and technology. So,
as you all know, Kenyans, our higher education sector has expanded in leaps and bounds in the last 10 years. We have grown the provision of university education in Kenya, but truth be told, we haven't sufficiently provided for effective capacity to sustain that particular expansion. And that requires that we put resources in research. Our projections are, and there are studies that indicate, that to be able to sustain the growth of the higher education sector, especially in terms of capacitating for effective quality research and quality provision of education, we have to train about 1,000 PhDs every year. That requires resources for research, that requires capacity in terms of manpower to teach and supervise graduate programs in our universities. That is the light in which the support we are receiving from the World Bank on this is very important. I congratulate the 3 universities that had their projects win this support. It was done on a competitive basis, bringing together some of the finest brains in the region and in the country to review the proposals. And I'm so grateful that Moi University, Egerton University, and Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology won. What is even more exciting is the projects that actually won this. The project that Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology is going to implement on generating food from insect resources in the lake region of the country is groundbreaking. It's foundational to the development of not just research, but food security in our country. Egerton University's work in agriculture and supporting agro-processing and new pathways in knowledge-based agriculture is critical to the development of our country. Moi University's intended project on textiles and textile manufacturing, again, is another very important aspect for the development of our nation. So I'm really grateful that the 3 universities were selected and they won. And I want to assure both our colleagues from the World Bank and my colleague from the Treasury that at the Ministry of Education we will do our best to ensure that we manage these projects effectively. We have already created a national coordination mechanism jointly with the World Bank that will supervise, monitor this project very closely. We're involving the regulator in the higher education sector, the Commission for University Education, to ensure that we not only deliver timely and use resources effectively, but this is also an opportunity that will translate into increased research, increased capacity in our higher education sector in the country.